Bach wrote his 15 two-part inventions to develop a cantabile touch, a cantabile tone. They are written in two-part counterpoint, a conversation between the two hands, where the left hand is equally as important as the right hand. Number 1 in C major divides into 3 sections. The first starts in C major and modulates to G, the dominant. The second starts in G major and modulates to the relative minor of C, A minor, and the last section starts in A minor and then modulates to the tonic at the end. Here's the whole subject. The whole piece is built on this one subject. Which is made up of several little elements. There's the rising 4-note scale, which starts on the second semiquaver. There's a semiquaver rest, and I think it needs to grow to the second beat of the bar, to the F. Then we have a falling third and a second falling third, down a third, which might diminuendo. We might want to grow to the next note on the third beat. And then we have some wider intervals, upper fifth and upper fourth, and then an ornament, a mordant, mostly in quavers there, to be played probably quite firmly. We also get the first 7 note played in inversion, upside down. So instead of starting with an ascending scale and then descending thirds, bar 3 we get a falling scale and then ascending third. And we have a whole sequence of those. We get that in the left hand at bar 11. Where one perhaps wants to grow through it gets more intense as one goes through that sequence. We also get that opening scale, written in semiquavers in bar 1, in augmentation. Written in quavers, notes of twice the length, for instance at bar 3, and again we have a sequence of them. And then it's extended, so it's 4-note scale, a 4-note scale, and then a 6-note scale. And I think we definitely need to grow through those scales. And we get the same in the right hand of bar 11. We get the thirds extended and in inversion, the upside down way. For instance, at bar 5 and 6 in the right hand, the thirds are ascending. And at bar 13, 14 in the left hand, then we have these wide intervals, quavers, and the mordant. I'm going to talk first about bar 5, which I think is based on the same. It's those big intervals down a fifth and up a seventh. They're just big intervals, they're quavers, I think they need, I like to detach them, make them quite firm and strong. And then talking about the mordant, now there it's an inverted mordant, a mordant with a little line through it. So it's 3 notes, starting on the beat, the note below, and on the beat. First of all, play that, the right hand alone, without the ornament. And that C needs to be on the beat. The mordant, in Baroque mordants, start on the beat, not before the beat. Hands together. Those notes need to sound together. Then if we play with the mordant, or again, those are together. And we have the same pattern at bar 30. So then if we look at bar 1, now this is a mordant, not inverted, it's a 4-note version. Starts on the upper note, so the mordant is written on the B, we start on the C. So if I play it without the mordant, we actually need to play. Those two come together. And the same, we might like to add a mordant at bar 20. I like to do that. So it's the same 4-note mordant, the same rhythm as we had at bar 1. Articulation. Think about the left hand, the cadences. We have typically, always in the left hand, we have big intervals and quavers of the cadences. So at the very end, now I think that lends itself very much to being detached. They're wide intervals, they are, for this piece, long notes, they're not semiquavers, they're quavers. And, you know, the tonic dominant, we need to feel this is the end. Much clearer, I think, than playing them legato. At the end of the second section, we're in A minor. We've got lots of fifths and octaves there. Fifth there, an octave, and I would definitely detach those ones. And the end of the first section, we've got, so again, I like to detach all of those. You might not want to. There are lots of different ways of articulating, but I feel to show that we're different here, this is the cadence we're coming up to. But you must decide what you wish to do. There are many ways of articulating all Baroque pieces. I'm just giving you some ideas and hopefully some reasons behind my ideas. Also dynamics, shaping, you must decide what you want to do. Here are some ideas. I like to grow through each of the 3 sections. And we certainly need, the climax is certainly 2/3 of the way through the piece, bars 13 and 14, where both hands are playing semiquavers. It's the only place where you have an extended bit of semiquavers in both hands. It's going to be on a harpsichord that's going to be quite loud, quite noisy, whereas otherwise we've got semiquavers, 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 one hand or the other. But this is definitely the climax. So if we take building through each of the different sections, the first section, we have our first 6-note scale. This is bar 4. Where I think we could crescendo, followed by big and strong, and then we have another 6-note scale and the cadence. So I think we could build up through there. Towards the end. section, if we take it from bar 12, we've got our 6-note scale, followed by all these semiquavers, all the semiquavers, I'll get to those in a minute, and then, so if I go hands together from bar 12, there we are in A minor. I think it's much calmer, much more gentle here in the minor key. We have one hand, then the other hand, it's just calm and quiet. Contrast with the climax we've just had. And then both hands are doing interesting things, and in the right hand we're building up to the highest note of the piece, the high C, a climax.